Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie and today we are going to meet El Diablo. I have no idea what this means, so Bresly, the person that we're staying with in Oxapampa in the middle of Peru, has told us that there's something called El Diablo and we're going to go and see it. So I have no idea if it's a waterfall, if it's a sculpture, if it's an animal. I have no idea. We're going to discover together, so let's get going. The same way that we came on the first day when Bresly showed us around, and we're seeing lots of beautiful forests, lots of wild mushrooms. There was a plant, I'm going to put it on screen, where it kind of has square shaped leaves. Really interesting. Just seeing a butterfly. Are you enjoying it, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So we're still walking up. I guessed that it might be a waterfall, and she said that you can actually hug the devil.
Maybe it's a tree that looks like the devil.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Horns, you know? Yeah.
It's either going to be a tree or a sculpture or something like that.
Or a rock.
Yeah, a rock maybe. So we still don't know. But like I said,
scary animal.
Yeah, like I said, we will show you when we get there so you can see what the devil is. And then this is the beautiful path. So on the right hand side we have agriculture, farming and stuff. And then on the left hand side is Bresly's land, or her family's land, where it's all forests and trees and nature and wilderness. So it's great that she's preserving the area, and they're actually doing a lot of reforestation as well to build up the trees here, which is brilliant. But it's so lovely. Jeremy's brought the camera with a big lens. It's nice to see Jeremy enjoying photography. So we just found lots of wild raspberries, and you can just pick these and eat them. And they taste pretty similar, but the texture's different, isn't it? Because it's small little bubbles rather than bigger ones. Yeah, it's thinner. So these are eucalyptus trees, and there's two different types. This one is like a rough texture, and then the ones behind are peeling and they're smooth. This is part of their reforestation that they've been doing. So apparently this is like a type of fern, but it's quite fuzzy. It's a bit like a Christmas tree. I thought that was cute. And we're still walking to El Diablo. I don't really know how far it is, but it's hot. It's like a rainforest, so it is hot. But look at this view. Wow. And I think usually behind there you'll be able to see the mountains, but it's obviously cloudy, so you can't see everything. But so the town in front is Grapanazu, which is the closest town to Bresly's house. What is it?
I don't know. There's plenty of them in there, like really blue. I just saw it for the first time this year.
So if you have any idea what this berry is, let me know in the comments. I'd be really curious to find out. There's quite a few of them here. So yeah, let me know if you know what this is. So we're walking back downhill, and Jeremy just asked where is El Diablo because we haven't seen it yet, and she just said that we've walked past it already, and she even thinks that Jeremy looked in the same, like in a direction, and didn't really notice. So still have no idea what the Diablo is. Yeah, I'll let you know when we find it. So this is the Diablo, which is a big tree.
It's big.
It's about 300 years old. So
Wow.
it's a very slow growing tree.
Mm.
There are the kind of the Germans and Austrians took it away, but the trees they found, they were like 10 times bigger than this.
Wow.
Like really old trees. You can see like an
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a good hugger tree.
Like, and it's really good. So, come down here. it's not that easy to find one of them. We have looked it overall the property, and we have to look to find one.
Oh, really?
It's like almost extinct in all Oxapampa. So for us it's like very important to keep it alive.
Yeah.
The wood is illegal now to sell it, but there are always people that are trying to sell it anyway. So we are making always control of it, how much it has grown in 1 year or not. You can see it's peeling.
Yeah.
And it's peeling very fast, so it's growing very fast as well. For us, that's a really good signal that the environment for this tree is the optimum.
So why is it called El Diablo?
That's the name. Diablo Fuerte, that's the name of the wood.
Ah, okay.
And what almost anybody in Oxapampa knows is that the church is built with Diablo Fuerte. It's like the devil and God at the same
Building
place.
a church, yeah.
But when tourists are coming, the guides, the tourist guides, they're not telling that. They'll just, the church, take a picture of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to tell the story behind that. So the colonos, the Austrian and German people that have come, they use that wood from this tree. The floor at the house over there, it's Diablo Fuerte.
Okay.
It's very, very hard. That's the meaning of fuerte.
Yeah.
And Diablo is, I think it's because it's a red wood.
Ah, yeah.
I mean the color.
But for 300 years old, it's not too big
Yeah, it's
when you think
really
about it.
It's low
Yeah.
growing.
I would imagine
tree.
300 years old being like,
Yeah,
you know.
there were like 1,000 years old, and they took every single one of
I
them.
mean, it is big.
Really, really big.
Can't go around.
And you can feel it. It's really cold as well. And you almost kind of feel it. That it's really, really hard wood. It's not like a pine or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can feel the softness.
Really massive wood in that.
So I filmed Bresly talking about the tree, El Diablo, but I'm not sure how much you heard because of the water behind. So I'm just going to recap. Basically, that tree itself is about 300 years old, and we could just about reach our arms round, probably missing about, 6 inches, something like that, but you could almost fit your arms around, and that was a 300-year-old tree. And apparently in this area there used to be lots of trees that were like 1,000 years old, and when the Germans and Austrians came here to this part of Peru, they chopped down all these huge old trees and used it for building. And one of the things they built is the church in Oxapampa, which is quite interesting, that the church for God is made out of Diablo wood, and it's called Diablo Fuerte, which means strong devil, and it's a really, really, really strong, dense wood. So we're knocking on it, it's a really dense wood. And she told us that what's traditional to do here is to hug the tree, close your eyes and kind of say in your mind, or say to the tree but without actually physically saying out loud, something that is bothering you in your life, and then nature will take care of it and you'll feel like you've relieved some of your stress and connect with nature basically. So I filmed after I'd done it just so I can show you what I did and how big the tree is, but the first time I did, the real time I did it, I just closed my eyes and hugged and said something in my mind, and I got quite emotional, nearly cried, like pretty quickly I got emotional, nearly cried, and like looked up and you could see all the branches above and all the leaves and things, and had a bit of a moment. I know it sounds like really hippie, but I did. And then I filmed it again just so I could show you what I did basically. But yeah, I think that's everything. So that's 300 years old, but there were some that are 1,000 years old. And we then walked down a little bit to, literally just down the path a little bit, path in the forest, to a stream. And she was saying this is about 1/3 of the water that they have in this region from this mountain behind me, and it kind of splits off to different parts of the village to Grapanazu, so that different people get fresh water. So yeah, it was super interesting. I think I was expecting something like a statue or a sculpture or something, but I'm actually really glad it was nature. I'm glad that we had that moment and that I got a bit emotional, and it was really nice. Anyway, so we're now going to walk back. So I'll show you the walk back, but I really enjoyed that. So there's this plant here that just showed us, and this is the fruit, I guess. And if you smell it, it smells of like apple sweets. So like fake apple, if that makes sense.
It's really fresh.
Yeah, it's really fresh, but it's like kind of sweet. Yeah, like sweet apple, I would say. But there's all these little things. Apparently you can't eat them, so if you ever see these, don't eat them. But yeah, it's so fun to like discovering all these different things. And something else is this fungus down here. It's like bright yellow, well, black and yellow with dots, and then there's these kind of spores, the green bits. Nature is so fantastic. So this here is a baby pine tree. And Bresly just said it probably take about 2 years for it to grow to our height, and then after that it'll go faster and faster because it has more roots in the ground. But I don't think you can see how tiny that is. That's basically up to my knee, not even.
Not even, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite small. This is what they're doing, is replanting these big trees in areas like this. The other thing she said that I forgot to mention is that it's now illegal to sell that wood. So you can't sell it, and actually there's not many of these trees around, so she thinks that this place used to be full of them, but when the Germans and Austrians came and started chopping them all down and using them, there's pictures of like a huge trunk on, you know, like a lorry or something, and it was, you know, it would take 4 or 5 people with their arms wrapped around because it was so big. But now it's illegal to sell it, so it's a protected species. So they're keeping an eye on this one that's in their land, so they can see how much it grows every year and try and, you know, make sure it's still healthy and alive and it's still there and it's not being stolen by anybody, you know, illegally or anything like that. The other thing, we just walked under some eucalyptus plants and she got a eucalyptus leaf for me to smell, and it smells so fresh, yet earthy, like it's not flowery really. So it's fresh, and I know that eucalyptus oil is quite good in terms of, you know, medicinal purposes, things like that. Oh, I think they found a good bird. 1 minute. We're being quiet. I don't know what bird it is. Can you see it? This is Michael, the first time, Michael, the first time I've found it myself. But it's dangerous, so don't touch it, basically. This is the neighbour's dog who always barks at us when we walk past. She's just come for cuddles today, which is nice.
You love that.
And this is the other one who is too scared to come close.
Rocket. Hey, Rocket.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. So what's it called?
Curarina.
Urarina?
Curarina.
Curarina.
Yeah.
And what's it used for medicinally?
It's like for digestion. It's a natural antihistaminic. If you have an allergy reaction to something, you drink it and in just
That's good for me.
30 minutes you will be okay.
And you do like a tea?
If you have constipation as well. So, yeah. You want to smell it. Leaf, so
Yeah.
you can smell it better.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Kind of smells like cucumber.
What?
Cucumber.
No.
I can smell cucumber with that.
It's really strong.
Do you not think it smells like cucumber?
And if you had acid reflux,
Yeah.
you little bit of this.
So we're going to try this in a tea. And we are back at the house. We avoided the rain, which is good. It's never certain in this part of the world. But this is the house that we're staying in with Bresly. So we're in the middle of the jungle in Peru. I've connected my phone internet to my computer and I'm just checking my YouTube. And yesterday I earned $2. $2! I'm so excited. I know it's not a lot, but like Jeremy said, it's 2 more than last month. And if it's $2 a day, that's $60 a month. Which is not huge, but it's something. It's so, I'm so happy. I've just been dancing like oh.
Is it $2 or €2?
Dollars. Super happy, so proud of myself. Can't wait for this to go skyrocket.
Don't skip the ads, guys. That's what she told me.
Yeah, I think you get paid more if people don't skip the ads, if they watch the ads. So yeah, that's the update for today. Super excited, so proud of myself. Woohoo! So Bresly has made the tea and I'm going to try it. It still smells like cucumber to me. Doesn't taste like cucumber. I like it. I don't know what the taste is, but I like it.
Taste something like that before?
No, I don't think so. Let's try some.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I've never tasted anything like that before. It smells stronger than it tastes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
the smell is really strong, but it tastes actually quite. Oh, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
And if it's super healthy,
Mm.
for my allergy, that's good.
Yeah.
Mega healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the very next day. I forgot to close off the vlog last night, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up down below. That really does help me out. Make sure you subscribe so you can see more of my travel adventures, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!